Thank you. I would like to introduce Joe Hendrickx. Joe is a 2014 alumni of NDSU. He majored in nursing and now works as Director of Evangelization at St. Anthony of Padua Church. Please help me introduce Joe Hendrickx.
Thank you, Ashley. I am that tall. Also, growing up, trouble was a very common occurrence for me. The hometown police knew me by name, but for the sake of time, we'll just leave it at that. This was one of the many reasons why I was so excited to come to NDSU in the fall of 2009. It felt like a fresh start, a clean slate. I could be whoever I wanted to be. And I wanted to be the man, of course, the man that I saw in all the popular movies and on TV and things like that. I essentially pursued a lifestyle a bit milder than the old adage, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I wanted to look good, of course, so I was going to the wellness center and working out there about every day. For the first time in my life, I had a six-pack, and I'm sure that will have been for the only time. I made friends with all the guys that lived in the party houses surrounding campus. I wanted to be the guy where when one of my freshman buddies said, "Hey, do you know a place to get drunk or high tonight?" I had the answer, and I did. And as far as my grades went, I was pursuing a degree in nursing. From there, I wanted to be a physician's assistant, maybe one day a doctor, really make the big bucks. So for those of you who know me, you know I work at a Catholic church right now, so this dream of earning the big bucks has been achieved. No, but seriously. So I was going for nursing. Now, according to the Guinness Book of World Record, they say that that's the most difficult undergrad degree. And even with all the social life going on, I was pulling straight A's. And I share this because from all of the standards that I perceived society was rating, this is a successful 18-year-old kid. I was dominating that life, yet I was utterly empty. The one blessing that I had going on for me during this time was I kept going to Mass on Sunday. I'm going to the Newman Center, of course, right on the corner of campus. And the priest there, Father Cheney, he kept throwing out this invitation. He said, look, if you want to go to confession, if you're seeking spiritual direction, if you just want to come and talk to a priest, stop by. My door is open. So finally, after wasting almost the entire fall semester, I took him up on that offer, and I went and visited him. We had a great talk about life and meaning and what it really means to be Catholic. And we were about done, and he said, "Hey, Joe, are you going to the Focus Conference next month?" It was over at Christmas break. And I said, it sounds really great, but I'll probably do it at some point during college, not this year. So he buzzes the Focus Missionary's office. He pushes a button on his phone. He goes, "Lucas, we got one borderline. Get in here." That's my best Father Cheney impression. And the two talked me into it. Had an incredible time. It changed my life. But the key, and I know this from my years in youth ministry after graduating, the key was what I came back to. See, you want to bring someone to this retreat opportunity, this encounter with Jesus, and then bring them back to a thriving Christian community that really capitalizes on that makes the conversion this lifelong process instead of just a one-day spiritual high. And that was exactly what I came home to at St. Paul's Newman Center. I took advantage of the many different ministry opportunities there I was attending and eventually leading Bible studies, going to daily Mass and adoration and praying the rosary and things like that. All these different activities, they inspired me ultimately to want to work for the church after graduation. There was one young man in my Bible study who introduced me to the woman who, as she says, I'm lucky enough to call my wife. And she's definitely true. Together we've been married about 6 years. 6 years. And we've been blessed with 3 beautiful children. After graduating in 2014, we moved up to Grand Forks, and I worked at St. Michael's there in youth ministry. A couple years later, we came back to the area. I was privileged to work at the Newman Center for one summer, helping the development team to fundraise, and it was an absolute honor to be able to give back, even in such a small way, but for the many graces that I received during my time with this bisonCatholic ministry. Since then, I've been at St. Anthony, still right here in town. We created a new position. I'm the Director of Evangelization there. So when I talk to folks about what I do and what this job is in this ministry, inevitably my qualifications, or kind of lack thereof, come up. And people say, "Oh, to be in this work, you must have gone to a really stellar Catholic university." I went to NDSU. Well, they must offer some kind of Catholic degree, right? I went for nursing. And to answer that confused look, I say, look, I received the best training out there on sharing the gospel, on changing lives, indeed on evangelizing. I was involved at St. Paul's Newman Center. Thank you.